Well, it's been raining off and on during the night as I thought it might, so never mind, there's no wind, so we're going to 6:30 again, so we'll get out on the lake and have a cruise around, see if we can't get onto something this morning. Whew. Feeling pretty buggered. Well, she's another cracker. Rainy day, but at least it's still. I haven't seen any fish jump yet, but surely they've got to be active. Ah, it looks like a rise up there. Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy. Where are you? Jeez, it's quiet out here today. I haven't seen hardly anything. As opposed to yesterday, it was a reasonable amount of activity. Toothbrush lure isn't working. Time to try something else. Let's see. This thing here. What do you call that? Sort of, yeah. Can't think of a good name for it, but we'll see what it looks like in the water. Fucking hell. How the fuck did it get like that? What a fucking cock up. This is the trouble when you don't have a swivel on your line. The line gets all twisted up. Ends up in a big mess. It's about here that I throw the whole fucking lot over the side and say fuck it. Right, where were we? Back to Fish Bay we go. Wind's getting up. Do without that not helping. I would say that there's a bit of easterly or something, which is probably going to mean more rain for this area. Don't like that. Nasty little squall coming in. Well, I've been out here about an hour and a half now and still no sign of bloody fish. Yeah, it's like they've really gone doggo and gone down to the depths. Sometimes I think the atmospheric pressure change, like there's definitely a weather change yesterday, brings them on the feet a bit. And I don't know, maybe they've just full up. Hopefully they come on the boil again tonight. Usually there's been quite a lot of splashing on the surface, but I think I've seen one fish this morning and that's it. Not to worry. I'm going to head back to camp, I think, and have a brew and take it easy. I have seen a couple of Canadian geese not far from camp, so that might be an option later. We might drop our fishing gear and come back out with a bow. Not quite sure how we're going to go trying to shoot a bow from a kayak, but anyway, I'm getting desperate. We'll give it a crack. Yeah, looks like a dead fish. Or a wounded fish. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a bird, is it? No? Yeah. Huh. It's a fish. There's something wrong with it. Missed it. What the hell's wrong with the thing? The hell's wrong with that fish? It looked like it was asleep. Ah, bugger. I wonder if it'll come back up. We'll just keep an eye on that. What the hell? Fat ass. You wouldn't believe it. I thought it was nearly dead, but it looked pretty bloody perky. We'll just wait out here for a while in case it comes up again. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Man, that is gutting. Didn't realise if I had a net I would have got it. The fish looked like it had bloat, like it had been gorging or something. Maybe it was just, yeah, swim bladder was a bit cocked up somehow. Shit, hope it comes up again. Well, after that missed opportunity with that fat fish right on the surface, oh, gutted. This thing was a lot livelier than I thought. Yeah, I've got my bow because those Canadian geese aren't far from camp, so I'm going to try and corner them into the bushes with a kayak and see if I can't get a shot. I don't know how this is going to go. It's going to be damn awkward out of the boat, so, but hell, it's got to be worth a crack, doesn't it? Let's see what happens. Might have been a few too many reeds in the way, I think. Yeah, definitely. Arrows deflected and got the punga tree fair and square. Bugger all these reeds. I've seen a couple more though. In fact, we'll get out here. was worth a crack. They were about to fly anyway, and I had to shoot through that reedy stuff, and yeah, just clipped one and veered the arrow off. Doesn't take much, eh? But I've seen a couple more just around the corner. They're actually up on the bank, so I'm going to sneak through the bush, even though I've got this bright orange raincoat on. See if I can't get close to them. Got to have a crack at those. Surely we'll get one soon. Those two geese that were on the land, they've gone back out on the water. There's other two that I shot at have alarmed them. So I'm going to get back in the boat again and see if I can't corner them up there somewhere by camp. They seem to try and hide from coming in the kayak, so I'm going to keep at it. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Bush hunting geese, who would have thought? Whew, had a couple of shots, but I missed, but it was bloody difficult out of the kayak. I was hoping to get a shot on land here because I ran up into the bush, but they've hidden well and truly. They've gone way up the hill in the Superjack and stuff, so yeah. It's like looking for a needle in a bloody haystack, so I think I'll go back to camp and leave it a while, let them come out of hiding. And probably my best bet is just to corner them again in the kayak when they're on the lake. They don't seem too upset about that. If I just drift them with the wind, good chance I'll get another crack at them. Oh well, entertaining way to pass a bit of time anyway. Well, we've got ourselves a goose. The other one's had an arrow in him. There's feathers all over the arrow, so I'm not sure where in the bird I've hit it, but it's got to be pretty crook, so I'm going to give it a chase and see if I can't catch up with it. Well, it's pretty bloody perky still, that prick. I think he's just leading me away from the young ones. Bastard. Pretty bloody perky. Wherever I hit it that first arrow, it's nothing vital. I know that. Oh well, we'll keep persevering with it. Sooner or later we might actually get an arrow in him. I'll tell you what, that's challenging. Trying to get a good bow shot from my kayak. Everything's moving. Ducks, geese, fucking kayak, man. So, we have goose for dinner. Yeehaw! I should be able to get another one. I wouldn't mind getting those young ones too. That'd be tasty. Bloody pest. We're going to give pursuit. We're in hot pursuit. Bells and whistles, bells and whistles. Yeehaw! Way too low. Too far away, eh? It's dropping too much. We'll get there, it's persevering. I think he's probably getting tired. Me too. Just need to close the range a little bit without the prick flying if I can. It's like mustering sheep. If I can muster them straight up that creek onto the sand beach by camp, primo. We're just letting this bird reunite with those two chicks and then we're having a crack, but we're just about out of battery power, so I'm still going to persevere with this one. I've still got a chance of getting it, even though we had a few shots on the water. It's just trying to get one to connect. Everything's moving, and goose is moving, the boat's moving, and I'm moving and wobbling, and it's quite the performance, I tell you. That first arrow just went through the feathers and hasn't drawn any blood, so it's in fine health still. It can still fly. It's nearly back with its chicks now, so I'm going to try and get close and have another go. You little bastard. Fuck it. I wouldn't mind that little prick. bastard! Well, we're back at camp, obviously. We ended up being about 4 hours on the water. About 2 hours of that was chasing fish. Part of it was chasing a fish on the surface, which hopefully you'll get to see, which I thought was nearly dead, which turned out to be very alive. It went ballistic and took off, never saw it again. So that was gutting, because that was an absolute cracker fish too. I don't know what was wrong with it. It looked like its swim bladder had puffed up and it was all doolally. Anyway, then we went after those Canadian geese. Well, what a performance. Chased them around the lake for ages. Finally got a few shots away, but couldn't get one to connect from the kayak. It was darn awful, difficult. The boat moving and the birds moving and everything else. Plus I'm not a very good shot anyway. But finally we got them up into the bush. And they were trying to hide and get away from me there. But I got a shot into one and got this bird, which is a good score, and there'll be a bit of meat on that sucker. So we'll get that plucked up very shortly. Then we gave hot pursuit and we managed to get one of his ducklings, which might seem a bit cruel, but I reckon it'll be pretty good eating. And anyway, these birds here are a major pest in New Zealand, so they're introduced and they're a major problem now throughout the country on any of our pasture lands, so don't feel too bad about it. I don't. I'm going to eat the buggers, and I've done my part for it all, and I think it's a good thing. We need to just hoe into them. So I've got plenty of feathers there now to make up some flies. I've got some meat to eat. Let's get it all sorted out and we'll get a feed in our guts. You want to leave the skin on because that's where the fat will be, just under the skin. Geez, my mouth's starting to water. I haven't even got it done yet. Yeah. Not super fat, but at least they're a big bird. There'd be quite a bit on them. Actually, that's not that bad. I've seen worse. Tell you what, we won't be wasting much of this. We'll be eating every bit of we can get off it. Terrible trying to pluck things in the wet because every feathers stick to every bloody thing. Well, there we have it. One goose ready to gut and clean, and we'll dissect them up, get them in the pot. And one thing, doesn't look much, couldn't pluck it. It was just ripping to bits. It was so soft. So we'll cook it up and we'll get some little chicken McNuggets off that. It should be good. Now check this out. There's actually quite a lot of food on that, so we're going to I think we'll have a goose breast for lunch and see how it goes. We may have some more tonight. Certainly hungry. I need to replenish the energy reserves a bit. I've also got the heart and the liver there too, so yeah, we'll get a few good feeds out of that sucker. That's awesome. Now it's starting to rain again. Tell you what, I don't know about you, but my mouth's watering. Ooh, this is the first solid feed I've had in 3 days. That's actually pretty good. Oh, doesn't get any better than that. I've eaten goose before. Never really thought much of it. So that, probably because I'm half starving, is divine. It's amazing what a change in fortune can do to your motivation and your enthusiasm and your confidence. beginning to think I was seriously lacking in all the above. But suddenly a bit of a feed like that, a bit of success, you know, we're in to go. I'm going to make up some more flies, go and deal to a trout tonight. Got to finish, try and get that net made. Damn, if I had that net this morning, I would have nailed that trout. We'd be having fat trout as well. Never mind. Shit, it's hot. Can't complain. The old body's going to soak this up pretty quick. I think I might get that off. Don't want to overcook them. Shit, it's hot. Oh boy, I'm going to enjoy this. Oh, tell you what. Very good pucker. That bird was actually in pretty good nick. There's some nice fat under the skin, and that'll be primo, just what I need. It was funny. I come out and do these trips and something always happens that you don't expect. Like that. I didn't think for 1 minute there'd be Canadian goose here. So that's pretty cool. You could take opportunities as best you can. Tell you what, one of those goose breasts, I'm going to be full up. It's shrunk, I think. That's alright, we had another one tonight. Unless we can get a fish. I've got some awesome goose down over there, and I think I'll make up some sort of a woolly bugger fly with that white feather. Try and get it down a bit deeper. Try something a little different. Oh, can't complain at that. Oh man. Tell you what, that was a lot better than that goat meat I had the last couple of trips. At least there was some fat on it. It was actually edible with some good flavour. Wow, success at last. Well, as you can see, I've started work on the net. I've got the strings all in position. Now I'm probably going to have to put it up outside somewhere where I can actually work on it, even though it's been raining quite a bit. The strings have a tendency to get tangled up in the ferns real easy down here, so if I'm not careful I'm going to end up with a big stuff up. So I'll chuck it outside there and tie it up to a tree and put my raincoat on and just work on it in the rain, I think. I don't know, I might get sick of that and have a snooze too. Yeah, it's a tedious process, but I think it'll be worth it. Well, as you can see, the net's taking shape. Slowly being the word here. It's a very tedious process. And I don't see any way of rushing it. When you're building a net, oh, well, firstly, in case you don't know, I've used the inners from the paracord for my strings, and that makes quite a good net. Just strip them out, come out really easy. I've cut these 2 meters long, and I've doubled them and I've twisted them over so they're a meter long each, what I'm dealing with here, and hopefully it'll give me enough net space. I think it's going to be good. So started off the diamonds at the top a little bit bigger, and we'll hopefully try and taper them in towards the bottom. So to tie, all I'm doing is twisting these around my finger like that and doing like a little granny knot, half granny knot there.
trying to get the diamonds roughly the same. Seems to work. There's no doubt heaps of different ways of doing knots and different styles of net, I don't know, different designs. This is nothing fancy, it's just basic and it seems to work. It doesn't help that I've got big fat clumsy farmer's fingers. I tell you what, they're not exactly dainty daisy pickers, and that makes the job a lot harder. But we're getting there, just got to be patient. I think it'll be worth it. If we do get a fish to the boat, we'll have a much better chance of landing it. And as you saw this morning, you never know when other opportunities are going to pop up. We would have had that fish with the net. So, a few more 100 knots and we'll be there. I'll show you when it's done. Well, here she is, the one and only. I think it'll be alright. Got a bit of length to it, nice and rigid, strong, plenty of depth to the sock. Proof will be actually putting it into practice, won't it? I think it's going to be good. Well, it's really pouring down outside now. It's been showers off and on all afternoon, but it's really settled in. Turned into a grotty evening. It's actually just on 6 o'clock. I was going to go out for a fish, but I think I might change my plans and just hunker down for the night. I want to get a fire going if there's a lot in the rain and try and cook up another feed of that goose. Yeah, hopefully this rain clears overnight and get out for a fish soon in the morning. Keen to get into it now. I've made some new flies and I've got the net ready to go. I'm going to try a bit of jigging instead of trolling, so try changing techniques, see if we can't fish a bit deeper. Yeah. Oh, it's nice and dry under the shelter here anyway, and quite enjoying actually just relaxing in the sleeping bag for a while. So as soon as rain eases off, we'll crank up the fire and get a feed on the go.